What creates connection for you?
You have to feel safe and secure with that person. A big part of safety and security is honesty and transparency. So if it's somebody that you're not honest with, or you're not transparent with, or you don't feel safe because maybe they're not honest and transparent, then it's almost impossible to feel connection with people like that, because you have your guards up. You have to be able to be vulnerable with another person to feel connected to them.
I'm Brenda Sue, and I've been a hairdresser for years, which means I hear a lot of stories. In this podcast, my clients explore a single word in each episode, not the dictionary meaning, but what the word actually means to them. Real voices, real stories, one word at a time. Welcome to Clips and Conversation. Last week, we talked about compassion. We heard that compassion is more than a feeling. It shows up in the way we respond to people. As I listened, I realized compassion often becomes the bridge to connection. When we slow down enough to understand another person, it's a lot easier to connect with them. Our guest word today, connection. One of the first times I remember really thinking about connection in a different way was the first time I was pregnant with my daughter. I wasn't expecting to feel so connected to someone I've never met, but I did. She was a part of me, and I was a part of her. Then my other children came along, and I felt the same connection with each of them. As I've gotten older, I realized I experience connection in a lot of different ways. I feel it most one-on-one, cutting someone's hair in the salon, talking with a friend over lunch, or spending time with someone I love. That's where I feel most present. Put me in a group, even with people I've known for years, and I usually get quieter. What creates the connection? What gets in the way? Why do we feel it instantly with some people and struggle to find it with others? Those are the questions I carried into these conversations. Webster defines connection as a relationship or association between people or things, a link or a bond that joins them together. What is connection to you?
To me, connection is feeling like I belong, whether that be in my church community, my family, my relationship with God, anything. Connection to me is belonging.
Two pieces that fit together. No, but for me to connect with someone, I have to feel some kind of meaningful connection. I don't feel a connection to people over superficial conversations. My connection as an introvert comes more with one-on-one conversations. So even though in general, I internally process, and that's where my energy comes from, talking to someone and having a true connection one-on-one can also be energizing for me. It has to do with how you recharge.
How I define connection between two people would just be the comfort of not even having to speak and not worrying about performing. So no expectations, just ease.
So the first thing that came up for me with the word connection was links. Linking together people or things. I can imagine a chain that you link together and connecting one with another. There's this long chain that goes forever.
When you're able to, let's say, at home or at work or at a place where there's a lot of moving parts, when you're able to work or get things done with someone without having to directly communicate, I think that shows a pretty cool connection.
To me, connection has a lot to do with energy and vibrations, but you can also tell that with people too. So for me, if I'm around someone and our energy is just bouncing off each other and we aren't seeing eye to eye or we aren't vibrating at the same level or in a cohesive way, to me, that's one of the ways that I connect is if our energy syncs up easily and we can have good conversations and it's comfortable, like you have that ease with someone. To me, that energetic connection comes through each other's vibration, or like an invisible thread. And it's either fluid or it's chaotic.
The conversation naturally shifted to something else. If connection doesn't just happen on its own, what actually helps create it?
So I have a Jeep and I love it. And in the Jeep community, when you pass another Jeep on the other side of the road, you wave at each other. And it's just a signal of the community of Jeep. There's a lot of little things that Jeep has done to provide a connection with other Jeep owners. They've put they call them Easter eggs. Periodically, you find something new and you go, oh my goodness, this is one I haven't seen before. The other thing that Jeep owners do is that if they like somebody's Jeep, they will leave a duck on their car handle. And that's just saying, hey, cool Jeep.
When I have common ground with them, no, we have something common that we can share. I think you find that when you're talking to someone, it just comes up.
Authentically?
Yeah, authentically. So, and I think common ground is a big deal because, there's some people you're nothing alike and it's hard to find a connection with that.
First came to mind is work trip that I have every year with my company party. I have connections because they have a houseboat and they have speedboat and jet skis and we get to go to Lake Powell, and I'd probably never have that opportunity or my family. So, and then that makes me think maybe I could help connect someone down the road or in the future, help be a connection for them.
My memory of you, every time you saw me, said my name.
Yep.
And I loved it. And then all my kids told all their friends, how some people call them mom.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I loved hearing my name. And you guys taught me that. You and Max both use it in your jobs. And with your friends, you always acknowledge people.
Yeah, I think it just comes with respect and just making somebody feel like they're seen and that I value them and I appreciate them. And connections, I feel like with who you know and that you can know somebody and it leads you to meet another person. Like how I met Max was through Gabe and other friends like that.
Yeah.
So it is a network, yes. It's important who you know. It can lead you to meet the right people.
I feel connected when I play games like cards or chess or board games with people. Mom, how do you connect?
Yeah, I have kind of music.
Yeah, with music. You've connected a lot with music through the years. The kids at school, you taught them music.
Well, I'm kind of like Grandma. Grandma used to sing to us all the time.
Yes. Really is maybe for our family a generational thing.
When you say games too, like I think even sport games.
Yes. Absolutely.
You see someone at a store wearing the same shirt that you're just automatically connected.
Like I had a Messi jersey. It's a guy that plays soccer, and I don't even know much about soccer, but all the kids at school who knew who he was connected to me
instantly.
Yeah.
When the kids started leaving the house, I could not do something to keep us in touch with each other.
So you started a family newsletter.
Well, yes.
We all wrote a weekly newsletter and pictures.
Yes.
And they wanted to feel part of our lives too. So
yes.
But I really, really, really ended up liking it for the connection. So I was very appreciative of it eventually. And I think it's been amazing. We know what my brother's doing in Texas and his kids. The grandkids are now part of it too. And pictures are fun and we stay connected thanks to Grandma, right?
Am I the grandma?
You're the grandma.
When I'm doing genealogy, I connect to those ancestors. And then we have a family reunion coming up here in just a few weeks. And I look forward to the connections. All my cousins and nieces and nephews. That brings me a lot of joy, really, to know that we all care about each other.
When I was in the Air Force, with that camaraderie of being in the Air Force, we were all connected no matter where we went, no matter what base you went to, you had that connection.
Well, I work for the elderly and I see them every day and how lonely they seem.
They need the connection from their family and friends and just life. Mm-hmm. They will talk and talk and talk. They never stop.
They have a story.
That's why it's easy to go to work. It's hard at times because you get connection with their family as well.
Yeah.
And they accept you into their family.
Mm-hmm.
And so they trust you, and it gets me emotional.
Yeah.
Sorry. I've lost a lot. And they loved me coming in because I gave them the time.
Just don't forget that, everybody.
Yeah. Yeah. Stay connected with your family.
They need it to the end.
That's right.
When I feel the most connected to someone, of course, being female, would have to be sexual. No question in sex. Somebody you're connected to, that to me is the deepest connection you get. And the most trust. It's a bond. It's beautiful. It is.
But staying connected has been like me working grooves, him working crazy daytime hours. It's about just making an effort. He always loves to send me like the funniest memes throughout the day to make me laugh. I know he's thinking about me. He's really good about showing and making an effort. Connection for me is effort.
As conversations continued, I realized people weren't just describing what connection is. They were pointing out what gets in the way.
I feel like we can always connect to other people just by showing an interest in them aside from ourselves. I heard somewhere that when you leave a conversation with someone, you should know more about them than they do about you. Yeah, I think we can connect in some way to everyone. Now, that being said, what scares me is in this day and age of AI that we are going to lose that connection when we don't use our own critical thinking skills.
A lot of people aren't connected because they're distracted. Yeah. Distracted with their phones or TV, with work or thoughts, whatever it is. So you have to be present.
For some reason, the older brother seems to think that his role as the adult is there no matter what. How old we ever get. My younger brother was just saying, I'm an adult, let me be who I am. And we'll connect in the middle somewhere. And loving each other no matter what. That was always her motto. We're family, we love each other no matter what.
I think we are very disconnected. I don't think social media connects us together. And I think they are missing out on a lot of things. They don't know to go and play at the park and go play basketball and go play kickball and go do all those things that we used to do that kids just don't do anymore. They don't even know how to do it. Because all they know how to do is give them a phone. Yeah. It drives me crazy when we travel that we used to carry conversations with your kids and you get in a car and everybody's on their tablets. Yeah. You see it even the restaurants. We had a rule you can't bring each phone to the table so that when we had dinner, we could have that connection. So I think our social media has disconnected us as family, friends. I don't think we have that same connection that we used to have. And I think it's sad. I miss it.
Everyone strives for that connection. Nobody likes to be alone. I truly try and connect with people in a caring way. I live and breathe with my heart. And sometimes that's a double-edged sword. Sometimes I will admit I get my feelings hurt a lot. I take everything personal and that's a constant battle.
I do believe that all relationships really only involve two people. So even though there's multiple people in the family and we do have a community and a connectedness, my responsibility and connection is individually between you, an individual, like my son to my daughter, and then me to my son and me to my daughter. But never am I responsible truly for my son and my daughter's relationship. But there's ways I can support that through example.
People have a need to connect. And sometimes that's connecting with other people, and sometimes that's connecting with pets or whatever. For extroverts need to connect with lots of people, which doesn't really necessarily mean connect. It means interact. But sometimes they're dealing with their own stuff and they're not hearing the other person, and that's not connection by any stretch of the imagination. That's just interaction.
I think a lot of people imagine that connection is communication. So using an app, an Instagram, a Facebook, to get information about people. And I think connection is more about relationships and being in front of the people that you love and care about. How do I communicate with that person directly and love and support them in a way that's tangible and not a heart or a like, that they feel that on a really personal level.
How about you? How do you connect with your friends?
I'm not the opposite of you, Mom. I feel like talking is the way that I connect with people, so it doesn't matter where I am. It might be technology or in real life, but I feel like when I'm talking with someone, they might be different online than they are in real life, but I'm still connecting with some part of them.
So, do you think technology keeps us more connected or less?
Those that are far away are able to see and be involved with what we're doing and stay in touch. We can just get on social media, see what people are doing and enjoy their posts and that way.
Yeah.
I think that social media helps people with their depression because they can feel like they connect to people that way, even if they're alone in their homes.
Connection isn't just about the people around us. It's also about the relationship we have with ourselves, our families, our communities, and maybe even something bigger. If connection is so natural for us to seek, is it because we're connected in ways we don't always notice?
I believe that we're all connected, but I have a spiritual view on that. I believe we're all brothers and sisters or sons and daughters of God. I do try to step back and think of people in a genuinely we're all connected kind of a way. I can't say I'm perfect at it by any means, who is, but I do believe that we are connected that way. If you really thought of each other as brothers and sisters or connected that way, or sons and daughters of God, I think we would treat each other better, and what a better place it would be if we could.
My connection with myself and especially with God comes from the times that I spend outside. But that's the place where I feel like I've received the most answers to prayers. That's when I come home the most relaxed and feel like I've had a break from the stress of life.
I think of just how we're all connected to each other. When driving on the road, we're connected, based off of what someone else does. You're affected. You have to react or you have to do something else. Even if it's just that connection is just everything is going smoothly, but kind of connected.
But I love what you said, are we all connected? Yes, I think we all are. I really do. I think that there's definitely a reason that we're all in each other's spheres. And I think that we're all interconnected somehow. And I feel like we're very connected to our environment, earth, everything around us. I feel like everything is interconnected. And
generations before us.
Yes, all of that.
All of it.
Yes. I think that as a society don't recognize that connection very much anymore. And that we are losing that.
I really do think that we are all connected, obviously different levels. I'm more connected to my husband than maybe the person that I pass on the street, but I am still connected to everybody. And I like to think about even the connection of those who came before. I have bits and pieces of my dad, my mom, my grandparents that I knew and loved, and also all those that came before them that I don't even know.
And the ones you're going to pass.
And the one, yes. My kids, my grandbabies, the great grandbabies that I'll probably never know. So we're all connected that way.
Well, as we've been talking about it, I think I have a really good connection with friends. I have all these different friend groups. I have friends from when I was little that I connect with and still connect with. We still get together. They see each other more, but I still feel when I see them, whether it be once a year, it's usually more than once a year, but several times, but we can just pick up where we left off.
I think there's also a connectedness to self.
your higher self, your whole self, your authentic self. And so when I feel the most connected is when I'm in alignment with my mind, body, spirit, with my divine purpose, with my best expression of that.
After hearing all these perspectives, I couldn't help comparing them to my own experience. I realized connection can grow through shared experiences, trust, vulnerability, being present, and making someone else feel seen. But I also noticed something else. Over the last few years, the more I've learned to connect with myself, the easier it became to connect with other people. Not because they've changed, but because I have. Maybe connection is bigger than I realized. The deepest connections almost always seem to require something that isn't easy. They require people to let their guard down, be honest, and risk being seen. That's what we'll explore next week with the word vulnerability. Thank you for spending time with me. Stay curious, stay open, and keep the conversation going.